Welcome back to the Gentleman Grachowski Show, and we're backstage, and we happen to have two great guests here. We've got Ron Hicks and J.R. Reynolds. Ron Hicks is the owner of the Chicago Steam, which is an ABA basketball league, and one of his star players right here is J.R. Reynolds. Ron, you tell us a little bit about the ABA basketball league.
The ABA Basketball League, of course, started back in 1968 when they had greats like Dr. J, Iceman Gervin, George David Thompson, Artis Gilmore, Rick Barry, and those guys there. It's a league that's got the red, white, and blue ball, which they still use for the NBA All-Star game, which is the money ball. The Steam started in the league in 2007. We've been here ever since then. We have been to the finals 7 out of 11 years. We also have been to China 5 times. And we have sent at least 50 guys to Europe to play professional basketball and about 25 girls. So the train's still rolling.
Okay, can you tell us more about the league? You said it was in 1968 it started?
Yep.
And some of the great National Basketball League players played on your league.
Yes, they did. A lot of Hall of Famers in the NBA, Hall of Fame. Yep.
And how was the transition for them to go from the ABA to the NBA?
Interesting story because, Dr. J was really the pioneer of going to the NBA. I mean, Red Auerbach pretty much made it his will to destroy the NBA, the ABA in order for them to get Dr. J over to Boston. It didn't work out like that because the Virginia Squire sold him over to the New Jersey Nets, and then the Nets sold him over to Philly. So Dr. J was the pioneer behind everything the ABA getting to the NBA. Matter of fact, everywhere he went in the ABA, it sold out.
Okay. And how come it didn't have the appeal as the NBA? Is there any specific reason?
Finance.
Yeah.
I think most of the players were promised X amount of dollars, and they wouldn't get those dollars, and so then that's where they started the trading players. I think the St. Louis Spears of the ABA has the most interesting story of all ABA teams because there's four ABA teams that's in the NBA right now. St. Louis Spears could have been one of them, but he decided to say, I'm going to take in perpetuity when they started to get TV contracts, because there wasn't no NBA TV back in those days. So he gets 3% of every ABA team that's in the NBA right now for the rest of their lives.
That's not a bad deal.
Wow.
So those guys are 80-some years old.
Right.
And they still getting paid.
Getting some
the
money.
Pacers,
money.
The Nuggets, the San Antonio Spurs, and the New Jersey Nets, they're getting paid for them. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So it's an interesting story. You Google the Spirit of St. Louis, and the whole story comes up.
And the early day of the basketball league, it was more exciting than the NBA, right?
Oh, very much like because you had the afro was going on. You had the high-flying guys. You had the guys that was athletic. NBA didn't have no athletic guys. They only had guys like Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain. They didn't have. They had, you had Dr. J, you had Connie Hawkins, you had Iceman Gervin, you had David Thompson, all these guys who was high risers that, the NBA had never saw anything like Dr. J until he got there. They had never saw somebody with an afro taking off at the free throw line. So he created a whole different atmosphere in the NBA.
Okay. Now, JR, what position you play?
I play point guard. I play point guard. Sorry about that.
No problem. And you tell us about your experience with the ABA so far.
My experience with the ABA, well, I got to the ABA last year in March, and shortly after I got there, we were at the finals, actually. And we actually lost that game, but a month later, we regrouped, got back together, and we was off to China, so competing against the national Chinese team that actually played in the Olympics.
Yeah. And that's got to be exciting to go overseas and play basketball, huh?
Yeah, it was beautiful. Definitely a beautiful experience playing with the children, going to different colleges, meeting different people from different cultures and different backgrounds who look at the game differently than we do. So it's definitely a great experience.
Now, is it true they don't have fortune cookies in China? Is that true? Did you see any fortune cookies?
I didn't see that. That's a good question. I never heard of that.
I think it's an American thing that they decided to make up there.
Yeah, it's a good idea. They need to take it over there.
But Ron, can you tell us about growing up in Aurora?
I came to Aurora from Mississippi.
Okay.
And I moved there during the era where everybody was moving up from the South to come to Aurora, 1969. Shout out to my parents, Dolores and Matthew Hicks,
all right,
for bringing me up here. I got to Aurora, wasn't a basketball player, was a baseball and a football guy. And I never forget the first time I went and I shot in the wrong basket. And every kid looked at me like I was crazy.
The wrong basket?
The wrong basket.
Wrong basket.
Even Partee could shoot the right basket.
In the wrong basket.
At times.
And I was in 7th grade, and I got roasted and bullied the whole 9 yards. But I took that energy, and by the time I got to be a freshman in high school, I was the best freshman in that whole Fox Valley area.
Yeah.
So I took that negativity that everybody told me I couldn't do it. So I ended up being, one of the stars at West Aurora. I'm in the Hall of Fame there. Shout out to West Aurora.
All right.
Blackhawks the rest of my life. And I got a chance to, grow up in a community where it was safe. There was a diversity of people.
Right.
Most of my friends were not black. Most of the school wasn't black. But I learned a lot about cultures by being there. And I went from West Aurora down to Kishwaukee College. Shout out to Kishwaukee College because I'm in the Hall of Fame there too. So I left there and went to NIU, played my years there, and then I went to Europe and played for 14 years. So that West Aurora experience taught me how to live around different cultures when I got over to Europe.
Oh, very, very good. And then tell us about the Chicago Steam's going to China.
We've been to China. This will be our 5th time.
Okay.
The first time we went was 2010. And I think 2010, 2011, we had a good 10, then went back to 13, and then went back again in 16. I think it's been a great experience to go to China. I think it gave my team something that most ABA teams don't have, to leave the country as a team and go over there and compete. And, JR and the whole team was there for a month and a half last time that I felt like was a long thing, but I think they learned a whole lot. They played against the national team, and they almost beat them.
And the team that was in the Olympics.
The Olympics,
and the Olympics is that's the best of the best, basically, right?
Yes,
as far
as
anything goes, athletic goes. Now, Ryan, how far did you go with basketball or sports? You said you played baseball.
I went and I tell JR this story of me all I mean, shout out again to my mama. I was that kid that was in college, didn't get a lot of playing time. So when I got out of college, I decided that I'm gonna give this one last shot. So my mother came to me and said, if you want to go to LA and play in the summer league, I'll get you out there. So I got to LA and played in the summer league, played good, enough to make a summer league team. And from there, I got a job in France. And so I went to France my first year, living in Paris. Shout out to Paris, because I think that 21 years old, living in Paris was something special to me.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to meet guys like Miles Davis, Patti LaBelle, Tina Turner while I was there. And I took that career and I played 14 years. I played in France, I played in Belgium, I played in Holland, and then I played in Sweden.
And that's the beauty of the basketball is there's a league there.
Yes.
And you were able you were able to have a living and have a career out of something you love. Even though if you weren't able to do it here, there was still somewhere else you can do it at.
I remember the first time I got my first paycheck. I was making $2,800 in France, which is a lot of money in French francs. And when they gave it to me, the money was so big, I was like, this got to be monopoly money. This can't be real money. But when I went to spend it, it spent like everything else. So shout out again to France.
And you can tell us more about the people if they want to come see the games. Where are the games at? Is
the
there
games
a website?
The website is chicagosteambasketball.com. We play at South Suburban College. Shout out to South Suburban College and Coach P, because we've been there for 11 years now. They have been terrific with us in all atmosphere. And we'll start playing in October, and then we go all the way into April of next year.
And you'll be in the finals in April.
We're going to be in the finals
there
again.
There you go.
Shout out, and I said that.
Yeah.
I promise you we're going to be in them finals again.
Because you've done it before. How many times the last how many 5 years? How many times?
7 times in 11 years.
There you go. I'd say that Party loves to play lottery. Was that a good number, 7-11?
Oh, man, that's perfect. Perfection, Larry.
Yeah. What do you think about some of the kids that are, JR, some of the kids that, young kids growing up, they want to play basketball. Tell us about your route to get to where you're at.
Well, for me, my route was I was a kid. I moved around a lot, but to get to the Chicago Steam, actually, before here, I was in the military.
Okay.
I'm a disabled veteran.
Oh, okay.
So prior to me playing with this team, that was my first professional team playing since I tried to play for the military, but I got hurt jumping out of planes and I couldn't walk. Okay. So that definitely slowed a lot of it down. But
well, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. No problem. But it was before that, I played high school and I attempted to play for college, but the route that I chose was the military and college that way. But like I said, once I got hurt there and I couldn't walk, it was just a mental block at that point in my life where, my number one priority was trying to be able to walk again.
Right. That's the most important thing. You take things like that for granted. Would you say, Party?
Yes, I would, yeah.
Certain things people do, we all take for granted.
Yeah.
And when you can't do it, you realize how lucky we are. Yeah. Even though people complain about the darndest things, just walking is a great gift.
Yeah, and I definitely learned that fast when I couldn't. So.
Yeah. And then tell us about the position you play on the team.
Well, I play point guard right now on the team. It took me a while to get here, but I had a lot of great players that play on the team right now, like the Andre Muse, the Bobby Greers. We got the Mike McCalls. We got the Mitchell Andersons. A lot of great players before me actually helped me learn what I need to do to excel in the position that I play, because I was fresh out the military and still learning to be able to run again once I came to the team. So once I was able to actually do that, I had those guys in my corner helping me throughout the way. So it's been a beautiful experience.
And can you tell us something maybe that we heard about your military background and your disability. Tell us anything else about yourself that people don't know.
I probably work out maybe 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
Train.
Not me. Partee. What about you, Partee?
I work out about once a month.
There you go. I think.
Boss ain't getting no wig on them wings, man. Ain't getting no wig on them wings.
Cause I
Look out now.
I believe I can fly. So
There you go.
I can't deny.
There you go.
And what inspirational songs do you have? If you're working out all the time, you got to keep yourself inspired. What's on your iPad?
Well, I do music myself, so if I'm not
Wait,
on
you
there,
do music yourself?
Yeah.
You're holding out on us, Partee. He does his own music.
Oh man, you gotta let us know about what's on the CD.
Oh, well, it's in the works. So once I get it, I'll definitely
Just
bring
like
you
Puffy,
back
man.
for the second interview.
He's just like Puffy, man.
Oh man, hey,
He getting it in, bro.
we talking to
Special delivery.
Did you know
Getting
that,
it in,
Ryan?
baby. Getting it
Ryan,
in.
did you know that?
Oh
He's a
yeah, he's
singer?
like Puffy. That's my Puffy right
What?
here, bro. Yeah, it's my Puffy right
He
here.
could sing the national anthem, huh?
Yes, he
You
can.
want to do that, huh?
Yeah, I
There
could
you
do
go.
that.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
That'd be kind of
Most
cool.
definitely, yeah.
And what's your favorite sports movie?
Sports movie.
I would say it'd be Space Jam, right?
Hey, there we go. That's
how about-
starring Michael Jordan,
There you
Bugs
go.
Bunny, Space Jam.
don't
You
forget
win.
about He Got Game.
Don't forget about semi-pro now.
Man, you got Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that's right.
Don't forget about semi-pro.
Semi-pro, yeah.
Don't forget about semi-pro now.
Hey, that's a good one too. That's
Yes.
cool.
And Partee, you got any other questions you want to ask these fine gentlemen?
Yes, just to let me know, because I've been wondering for years, because I'm a little not keen with the history. What does ABA stand for again?
American basketball.
That's right, American
Basketball
Basketball.
Association.
And also, one more question. You said there were 4 teams currently in the NBA.
They played in the ABA. Yeah.
And let me make sure I got them right. I think you said San Antonio Spurs, Denver Nuggets. What's the other 2?
Indiana Pacers
Oh, and the Pacers.
and New Jersey Nets.
New Jersey Nets. That's
Not the Nets.
Yeah, the Nets. The same team they now currently in Brooklyn. I believe. Because they moved to Brooklyn, right?
They moved to Brooklyn now.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, you got a question about my advice?
Yeah, let's tell us about your advice to all the young kids out there. You read minds.
I read
You
mine.
read
Yeah,
minds,
I read
everybody.
real good. I mean, I paid attention in school. Now I got a bachelor's and a master's now. Okay, shout out to that school too. My thing about advice to players is that you got to be a pro. And when I mean you got to be a pro, you have to come to these programs and you have to do what the program tells you to do. You can't come starting madness or nightmares with any program. You got to come there and you got to be a pro. And my advice to all kids that want to pursue professional basketball, listen. That's the first thing I was told when I tried out for any team. You got to listen. I don't care if it's in French, Swedish, Italian. You got to listen. And if you don't understand it, ask somebody. And I think that if you want to be a pro, what I was taught by my coaches, that come to practice on time, pay attention to detail, have good time management, and be willing to put in the work that you should put into. And if you're not going to do that, don't come into these programs or in the job complex and don't do what you're supposed to do. So my advice to kids, be a pro. And it's hard to be a pro when you got so many other things around. Yeah. But you got to be a pro. Yeah. And if you'll be a pro, then no matter if you're doing music or my man back there on the camera, you got to be a pro with this. And that's my advice to all kids that want to play professional basketball. It's the same thing as anything else in life. You got to be able to be a pro.
Yeah. Okay, well, you heard it from right here. This gentleman knows about a little thing about being pro because he's done it. And you could do it too. And you can go to chicagosteam.com.
Yeah, can we get some shout-outs?
Sure.
I'm going to get a shout-out to Andre Muse. I'm going to get a shout-out to Mitchell Anderson. I'm going to get a shout-out to Big Mitchell Anderson. I'm going to give a shout-out to Willie Scott. These 2 guys have been great coaches. I'm going to give a shout-out to the CEO of the ABA, Joe Newman. And I'm going to give a shout-out to all my brothers and sisters, and my son, Caleb, and my daughter, Tiffany.
All right.
All right, sounds good. All right, chicagosteam.com. You can find out more about these guys. And this is the Gentleman Grachowski Show. And we're backstage.
All right.
All right.
Welcome back to the Gentleman Grachowski Show. We're backstage with none other than my favorite cleaning lady, Madge Jablonski. How are you, Madge?
Hi, Larry Grachowski. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Parties here. Look at them.
Well, my God, Party, you're looking pretty hot tonight.
Well, you know what?
It's the humidity.
Now it's the humidity. You want to keep impressive for the gals.
Yeah? And are you impressed?
I am. I
Yeah?
like a man like Party. He's a big man.
He's
Yes.
a party man.
I-
You like a man that knows how to party.
Well, I like a man that knows how to party, and I know he's going to drill me like an oil rig. I'll tell
yeah.
you.
Party, you got the drilling bits ready?
Oh, hey, trust me, I'm always prepared. No, I have to go no hardware store.
But here's the problem I have with Party, okay?
Okay.
He may have the tools, but a couple of weeks ago, me and him did some moving.
Yes.
He wasn't able to move much. Is he going to be able to have the full stamina to do the whole work?
Well, you tell him he's flipping too many women like pancakes. He just, there's a lot of big women out there, Larry, that
I
need
know.
to be flipped like a
I
pancake,
know,
drilled
but-
like an oil rig.
But Party, would you be able to flip her?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah,
with
you'd be able
with
to-
a little bit of practice.
Practice.
Practice? We're talking about practice?
How much times would you let him practice on you?
Now you can't. You have to be ready to flip
Yeah.
me. I'm not gonna fall and hurt myself.
She's just not no other breakfast
Hurt
food.
myself.
Well, I find that aging is getting to me already.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know it would happen so early. You know
What happens early?
Well, my God, like I wake up in the morning and I can't use my hands. Like I can't pour my milk in my coffee, my creamer.
What?
Like, I guess I have like slow circulation.
Oh, no.
My blood is sleeping and I'm up.
Yeah.
My blood is sleeping and I'm up. Does that make sense? Yeah.
It's kind of like a Viagra.
Oh.
You need a Viagra pill for your fingers.
To wake my
Fingers up.
my blood up. I need a
Yeah,
pill to wake my
something.
blood up.
You need something going on there.
Don't get old.
What about like some jumping jacks or something like that? Would that work for you?
Oh, you know what? I love geriatric yoga. Does
Geriatric
really-
yoga.
That's what
So
got-
your
yes.
old people yoga.
Well, not old people, just a slower type yoga.
Or slower yoga.
Yeah, for older people. Yeah.
And how is that different than regular yoga? Because yoga itself is very slow.
Well, geriatric yoga will get you through a 50-year long-term marriage because
Yeah.
you'll just stretch
There you
through
go.
your marriage.
And tell us about this Jerry guy.
Jerry?
Geriatric, is that his name?
Geriatric. Well, that's the doctor that
Jerry,
invented the
Dr.
process. How to ignore your husband.
And what's the secret? Just turn your hearing aid down?
Well, I drink a lot of whiskey. Let me
Uh-oh.
tell you. Can
Good
I?
times,
Can
huh?
I take a sip?
Before you do, yeah, you're a lot better.
Oh my God! Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the lady.
Good
While we're
bingo.
talking to the lady, Madge Jablonski, you can find her on Facebook.
I'll have it later.
Facebook.com.
.com. Madge Jablonski, and I'm Grachowski, and that's Partiski.
And Madge Jablonski has a weekly show in Hyde Park,
Oh,
Chicago, where
Hyde Park.
President Obama lives.
I understand you've been stalking him.
Oh, I am stalking him, honey, and he is coming to our show.
Wow.
Yes.
You mean the Secret Service is coming to say, knock this off?
Yes, well, they're gonna
Would
fix.
that be still considered a visit from the president? If
It
the Secret
would,
Service
though.
comes by and say, stop harassing him.
They
Yes.
have to test it out. You know, we have to do like a mock one before he really comes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see now. Yes.
Yes.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So when he really comes, we're going to have the best show in Hyde Park. Hyde Park rocks. It's the Bridget Clymore Show with Madge Jablonski.
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 Yes. Thank you very much.
I like how it sounds.
Thank you.
Jablonski and Grachowski.
Yes. And then partay.
Ski. Partiski. Tell us about some of your newer material. You got anything new you've been practicing?
Oh, well, Larry, you know, like I was talking about, it's rough getting old.
Yes.
I mean, I'm getting pretty old where I even have to get prescription underwear and bras.
Oh.
What?
So you got the and those were called specialty panties, right? Usually the specialty panties are real.
And you know what? I'm gonna be so old. I mean, when I am so old, I'm gonna have so much plastic surgery because I always want to look like Pam Anderson from Baywatch. When I get to heaven, God's not even gonna know me because of all the plastic surgery.
What do you think?
He won't even recognize.
You think Joan Rivers had some issues getting up there?
Oh yeah,
who are you?
They all had the pull. They all had the. You gotta have the.
Gotta
pull.
have the pole. What? What are you
if
talking about?
If you don't get the pull, you gotta stand on your head at least
Oh, my
for like
goodness.
4 or 5 hours
The
a
pull.
day.
Get a head start.
I thought you said the
Yes.
pole.
No, we want the lift. You know, we want to look good all the time.
Party's not happy with Lyft or Uber, right, Party?
No, they're hurting my pocketbooks.
Yeah. So the Uber and the Lyft. Party, no good.
No, not Uber. I think you're trying to say Uber.
Uber.
Do you guys fold your laundry?
I had Mom do it.
Well, you know what? You really need to learn how to fold laundry
Why?
because folding laundry is very important. And there's 3 steps in folding laundry.
Ah,
First thing is washing the underwear.
Well, yes, that's good. With all the whites, make
Right.
sure. One time I washed red with whites. Oh, my God. I really did. I know you're thinking, oh, she's just trying to be funny. No. Duh, here. Wash the reds with the whites. Boy, did I learn a lesson.
And,
Wow.
and the bleach too.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, I can't tell you how when I splashed the bleach on my clothes.
Yes.
What?
And you're walking around spotted.
Yes.
You look goofy with, oh, God.
And then the crowd spotted you.
So Party, how do you fold your laundry?
You know what? I don't. I practiced until I got 20. I just gave up, and when I get through washing my clothes, I just throw them in the bag.
Well, my cousin owns a laundromat. And I love it there.
Jeffersons?
I spend a lot of time at the,
The
laundromat.
Jeffersons? Wheezy? George and Wheezy do your laundry?
I love clean clothes.
Yes. Clean clothes are the best.
They are.
But you know what? If you take your clothes and turn them inside out, you can wear them another day, right?
Oh, that's right. I get 2 days out of my underwear,
That's
honey.
right. There you go. Specialty
First
panties.
Day, right. First day tag in, second day tag out.
There you go. You heard it from Madge Jablonski.
And I'm proud. That's the difference between me and the baby boomers. I'm proud of it. I know how to scrimp and save, let me tell you.
You got no choice in this world.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
right.
You've heard it here first. Madge Jablonski. All right. Welcome back to the Gentleman Krachowski Show. We're backstage with Mark Cap. Mr. Mark with the little drumstick in his hand. How are you, buddy?
Hey, nice to see you there.
It's nice to see you. You always walk around with this thing?
Yeah, I always carry my sticks around with me. You never know what's going to happen, you know.
What else can you do with that?
Hey, well, I can tell you a lot of things I can do.
I mean, nothing bad. I'm saying, can you
Larry,
do it? Can you do it
I got
counterclockwise?
counterclockwise. Wait, I got a gift
got
for you.
multiple
I got a
sticks. Look at
gift.
this.
I brought Larry a gift. This is like
this.
these are personal sticks for you to have out of my personal collection. There you go.
Wow.
Now, if I would have known there would have been another host, a partay, I would have.
The battle.
The battle of the sticks.
The battle's going on.
Wait, I'm gonna show you guys the fastest roll that you ever seen in your life with these sticks. Ready?
All right.
Here's the roll right here. Get out here with this.
I'll take it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Oh, what a crowd. What
What
a
a
crowd.
crowd. All right. Go ahead.
No, beyond serious. Mark has been, you've traveled all over. Come up a little bit.
I
Mark.
have traveled all
You
over.
travel all over the world about playing with the guitar, not guitar, with the drums, because he's got the sticks to prove it.
the drums, yeah.
Tell us what it's like to travel.
It's great. It's a great time to travel. When I was younger, not that I'm an old man now, but I traveled. I used to play 6 nights a week. Cincinnati. Excuse me. Say Cincinnati for me.
Cincinnati.
Ohio, Indiana, everywhere you can think of. West Coast. I've been around with all types of different bands. A lot of people associate me with Regatta Mandata, which is the police band.
Right.
Please, folks, I play all styles. Jazz, rock, pop. I do weddings. I do shows. I've done it all.
Don't stand so close to me.
Don't say don't. Hey, there you go. There you go.
Too close for comfort.
That,
Okay, but anyways, tell us about Regatta Mandata. What made you come up with that name?
that means reggae police in Italian. And
Reggae police?
Yes, it means reggae police in Italian.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing I asked. I
Yeah.
guess you at home didn't know that either. I knew it was a police album, but I didn't know what it meant.
That means reggae police. in
Reggae
Italian.
police.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so regatta means what? Reggae?
Yep.
And then police is mandata.
That's right.
And Italian. So if I'm ever in Italy, I don't know Madata, Makuta Matata. What?
Hakuna Matata?
But,
No, that's Disney.
That's a wonderful phrase.
You want to dance?
no. Rakuta Mandata, Regatta Mandata, Regatta.
Regatta Mandata,
It's police?
Mosada, Gata, who cares? I
Okay.
don't care.
But tell us real quick how you got interested in drums. Of all the instruments, you picked the one that's the loudest, right?
It's the loudest. I could play soft, folks, but you got to pay me more. It's harder
Right.
to play softer. It always really is. It's harder to play softer. All drummers know it is. Right, Party? You're a part-time drummer, aren't you? No, forget about it.
He's
Okay.
a part-time
I tried
lover. He's a part-time lover.
I tried part-time
Part-time
drumming,
lover.
He's
That's
a
right.
part-time lover.
and I got that pink slip.
Uh-oh.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got that
You
pink
better
slip.
wash that thing. You don't know where that thing's been.
You ain't never lied.
Hey, Larry,
Huh?
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, but about drums though, did that mom had all the instruments you could play?
Actually, a true story, folks. I was about 4th grade, and I was walking to this local store, and I heard this guy's name Bill. I won't say his last name. Was playing the drums, and every day I'd walk by, I'd hear him, and finally I stopped, and I would listen. Next day I would stop and listen a little longer.
Right.
Stop and listen, and I just was really just fascinated by what he was doing. I tried guitar. And I couldn't get my little fingers to move. I can't play guitar at all. However, I do play marimba, vibes, a little bit of piano. I do read music that way, melodies.
Can you do air guitar?
Air guitar depends how big the air is.
Look at the governor getting down.
You got to know how to do that stuff.
I tried, but I failed.
No, but seriously. So what specifically about drums that no other instrument appealed to you, or that you wanted to pursue further? We'll just say that.
Okay, I think it's just that drummers are unique in a way that singers always feel that they're the highlight of the band. But you can have a great band with a mediocre drummer, and the band doesn't cut it. You can have a great drummer and a mediocre band, and the band usually goes forward. So I felt that the best spotlight for me, and I used to like moving my hands a lot, would be the profession of drums.
So you think the drum, even though the drummer is probably appreciated, it's probably the most important instrument.
Exactly.
Okay, I never knew that. Did you know that part, T?
No, but I learn something new every day.
Because I would think the guitarist would be like I said. There's a lead guitar, a backup guitar. There's a bass guitar. There's so many guitars. You would think that they get more. They're overrated, I think.
Well,
huh?
singers. Well, not to jump off guitar players, but singers like to think that they're most important. Of course, if you have a weak vocalist, the band will not go.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Yes.
And if I was singing, we wouldn't have a band because I don't sing. So.
Okay.
So,
But you'd have some great background vocals here.
These
in
two
part
guys
two.
right
Yeah,
here.
we'd
Yep.
cover you.
I think we got a new band right now, reggae. Magada Rondada 3.
Now we're talking.
I guess so. Let's shoot a different nationality. And then,
Go
then
ahead. What do you want to do? I don't
then we got Italian.
Italian.
What's next to Italian? Italy. What's next there?
Next to Italy, see, there's an ocean.
Okay, ocean.
Yeah, ocean.
So with some kind of ocean police.
Ocean, please. How about what was
The
that?
Coast
How about
Guard.
OP?
Would be the Coast Guard. the
Caribbean
Coast Guard.
Cruise. The ocean. What was that? The
Caribbean Queen.
Yeah,
Caribbean
Queen. There you go.
Don't
sing, 'cause nobody can sing.
Same thing. Party loves a Billy Ocean when he can get some.
But how's about OP?
OPP, yeah, you
That's
know
other
me.
people's.
There we go. You know me. I'm not with OPP.
You gotta
Down
go
with
pee-pee.
OPP?
It's over there.
Who's down with OPP? Tell us how your
I'm sorry.
musical. Don't be sorry.
I'm sorry.
Blame it on Party. Like that's what I usually
It's
do.
this backstage variety act that's killed.
Tell us how your musical taste has changed over the years.
Over the years, well, I do listen to a lot of older jazz now from the 40s.
Yeah.
And classical music.
Huh?
And classical music.
Okay.
I did study classical music at my college was the American Conservatory of Music, which I have a BA degree in. And I do teach, by the way. I've taught in many local schools, suburban schools. I sort of gave it up for a little bit for right now, and I also did teach privately.
Young teacher.
Young.
I can always find your police references. That's why he likes Regatta Mandata right here, the drummer.
Larry, I want to tell you one quick thing. I don't want to mean to interrupt you. I talk too much.
Yeah, no, Party does.
A lot.
He's a great talker too.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Number one most important thing for a drummer is to keep time. And some people do say, yeah, see, you got to watch on that. Is that if the time is not steady, then you're not a drummer. That's exactly true.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
You put a click track on and
'Cause
a metronome, and
you
that's
got
what you.
2 sticks.
2
and
sticks,
you got
2
2
feet.
feet.
2 sticks and 2 feet are called 4-way coordination.
I could barely do one way.
You're doing a great way. You got a great show. You got a great show. We're backstage, right?
I'm just
Yes.
backstage.
Yes,
yeah.
we are.
And Party loves the backstage.
I love the backstage, but you know one thing good about a clock, and also time. A broken clock is only right 2 times a day.
It's a
Always
cuckoo
right.
clock.
Yeah, but party time is right 24/7.
Okay, real quick, let's go back to Regatta Mandata.
Yes.
You guys are going to be performing again?
We're going to hopefully be out in September. Remember, I was looking for a new lineup,
Yeah.
and we still are. Unfortunately, it's been rough going with auditions, I'll be quite honest, and many different reasons. People are in other bands. Sometimes I get people. I actually have a excellent bass player, but unfortunately he lives in France. So I don't think he wants to
He ain't
come
gonna make the
down.
practice.
He's not going
He
to
ain't
make the
gonna make that
rehearsal.
practice, no.
Yeah, so that's right now is the vocalist thing. I have a new guitarist, a possible new bassist, but we trying to get a bass player that sings, and a high pitch of that range is very difficult. So, but September we're hopefully shooting for.
Okay,
again.
and one quick thing about the Police. What do you like about the Police?
It's a 3-piece band, and in a 3-piece band, especially you really can't cheat if that's the correct word. You have to play. In other words, if us three were playing in a band, you played guitar and sang, and he was a bass player, I'm the drummer. You make one little mistake on the guitar, it's not me. I'm the drummer. He's not him.
Oh,
he's the
I like
bass
to
player.
point the finger, so I wouldn't think I'd be good in a three-man band.
So that's
or
one of the reasons.
3-woman
It
band.
allows you to
I wouldn't
freedom-
be good in a one-man band.
But in this case here, you point the stick at somebody else instead of your
Sticks
finger.
and stones, partake.
There you go.
All right, and if anyone wants to find out more about you, how could they get in contact with you?
Yeah, look at my Facebook page at markcap.com or Mark Cap Friend Fan Musicians Club, and also Regatta Mandala. I'm on there as well, and I appreciate anything and any offers that come in at this time. I thank Larry and Mr. Partee
There you go.
for a great backstage interview and
All
all
right,
fun.
this is the
You're
Gentleman
welcome.
Grachowski Show, and we're backstage. Partee, Mark Cap.
It's a Gentleman Grachowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grachowski show. Everybody, don't you know? It's a Gentleman Grachowski show.